Alright guys, so we're gonna get right into it. This matchup, it's a good one. The UFC decided to make it the highlight prelim fight. Why? Because these are household names. You have Donald Cerrone versus Anthony Pettis. I believe it's gonna be contested at lightweight, and if not, it will be contested at welterweight. No, you know what? Sorry, my bad. I think it's going to be contested at welterweight. I haven't double checked, but I do believe it's going to be contested at welterweight. It makes sense. But both of these guys have fought at lightweight, so it wouldn't surprise me if they made it a lightweight fight. So moving on to the matchup. Interesting matchup. I was looking at Anthony Pettis' current record, and man, this guy has fought a who's who of all the elite fighters. His last fight was a submission loss to Diego Ferreira, and Diego is a monster. If you guys don't know him, look him up. Right before that, he had a fight with Nate Diaz. That was a tough outing. You know, Nate looked strong in that one. Man. And then before that, he had knocked out Wonder Boy. Anthony Pettis is still an elite fighter. Look at the fight just before that too. He fought Tony Ferguson and dropped him a bunch of times. So imagine, he dropped Tony Ferguson a bunch of times, then goes on to knock out Stephen Wonderboy. And nobody has ever knocked out Stephen Thompson, because that guy's an elite striker. It takes another elite striker to be able to pull something off like that. Now, Donald Cerrone, man, this guy has had nothing but bad luck as of late. He got knocked out by Conor McGregor, got knocked out by Justin Gaethje. So, and that was just before his eye got closed by Tony Ferguson. It just hasn't been good for him as of late. Just before that, he had hit a streak. He had hit some sort of peak. You know, some people could call it his greatest performances in the UFC. Man, so this fight is going to be really, really close. Really, really close. A lot closer than most people think it's going to be. But I think that, unlike the other video that I made about Dom and Henry, I think that when one person does win, it is going to be clear. It is going to be decisive. Either guy could drop each other. You know, they both have elite striker status. When it comes to submissions, either guy could submit each other. Who has better wrestling? Who knows? We're gonna see it that day. I know Anthony Pettis has been working a lot on his wrestling, and I know Donald Cerrone has always been a pretty good wrestler himself. They're just great, well-rounded mixed martial artists. Man, if I had to put my money on it, I'd probably go with Donald. But something in me says that Pettis still wants this, you know? The types of fights... Well, I guess you could say that about both guys, you know? I just think that Donald really can't lose at this point in his career. He really needs a W. He can't afford another L. If he loses in KO fashion to Pettis, he really does need to reconsider, retirement. You know, I just don't want to see Donald getting KO'd and getting stopped like this. It's not healthy, you know, for anybody. And I honestly don't want to see Anthony Pettis take any more damage in his career. So I hope these guys are healthy at the end of this, but it's going to be a good one.